The road to Rome looked open. Italy had surrendered. The Allies possessed overwhelming air power, naval superiority, and hundreds of thousands of troops. Yet one mountain stopped them for nearly 4 months. A single defensive position inflicted almost 250,000 casualties before it finally fell. And one controversial decision made during that battle is still debated by historians today. This is the forgotten story of Monte Cassino. After Sicily fell and Italy surrendered in September 1943, many Allied leaders believed Rome would soon be liberated. Instead, Field Marshal Albert Kesselring transformed the rugged mountains of central Italy into one of the strongest defensive systems of the Second World War. Rather than relying on overwhelming numbers, he relied on geography: rivers, mountain ridges, narrow valleys, minefields, and carefully prepared artillery positions. Together, they formed the Gustav line. At its center stood the ancient Benedictine monastery of Monte Cassino, overlooking Highway 6, the only practical route for large Allied formations advancing toward Rome. As one Allied commander later observed, Monte Cassino was among the strongest natural defensive positions in Europe. If the Allies hoped to reach Rome, they first had to conquer the mountain. Beginning in January 1944, Allied forces launched repeated assaults against Monte Cassino. British, Americans, French, New Zealanders, Indian troops, Polish forces, one after another attacked the mountain. Each assault ended much the same way. German paratroopers, entrenched among the rocks, ravines, and fortified positions, repelled every advance. Believing the ancient monastery served as a German observation post, Allied commanders made one of the war's most controversial decisions. On February 15, 1944, hundreds of bombers reduced the centuries-old abbey to rubble. Ironically, the bombing accomplished almost the opposite of what planners intended. Rather than eliminating German defenses, the shattered ruins created even stronger positions for German paratroopers, who transformed the broken stone into an almost perfect fortress. The battle became even more costly. After months of costly fighting, the Allies prepared one final offensive, Operation Diadem. More than 1,600 artillery pieces opened fire simultaneously. British, American, French, Canadian, Indian, New Zealand, South African, and Polish forces attacked across the entire front. This time, sheer weight of numbers finally overwhelmed the exhausted German defenders. On May 18, 1944, Polish soldiers raised their flag over the shattered monastery. The Gustav line had finally been broken. The road to Rome now lay open. But victory had come at a terrible price. Monte Cassino became one of the most controversial battles of the Second World War. Historians continue debating whether bombing the monastery was necessary, or whether it ultimately strengthened the German defense. Others point to General Mark Clark's decision after the breakthrough. Instead of cutting off the retreating German 10th Army, Clark turned toward Rome, allowing thousands of experienced German soldiers to escape and continue fighting farther north. Monte Cassino reminds us that history is shaped not only by courage, but by geography, leadership, and the difficult decisions commanders make under extraordinary pressure. History matters because people matter.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's story, I'd really appreciate if you would like and subscribe to HMS History with Michael Stroud. This really helps the channel grow and share these little forgotten or little unknown stories with others who are passionate about history. If you'd like even more, please be sure and visit michaelgstroud.com. Here you can subscribe to the HMS Monthly Dispatch, my free monthly newsletter where I offer historical insights, behind-the-scenes research, and upcoming projects. Until next time, history matters because people matter.